everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to do a flip through over my reading journal for 2023. So I got this reading journal from Archer and Olive. It's a square journal, so lots more space in it, and I really like that, especially when I do some scrapbooking. Hopefully the angle works well for you. This is the best way I could do it for now. But let's go ahead and get started. I will say right now that I do have like things over that I do want to keep private. I do a lot of personal scrapbooking, so this is not just solely a reading journal. This is basically a catch-all journal, but I do use it for reading, and I do have some reading elements to it, so just letting you know. There's also some scrapbooking parts too, where I do have pictures in it that I also don't want to show, especially with like nephews. So just letting you know that you're gonna have some like sticky notes and paper to cover it. But anyway, so here's my cover page or cover. This is from the song Goodness of God by Bethel. So All My Life You Have Been Faithful. That is like my theme song. Love it. And so that's why I put it here with some washi tape and some paper. So my word of the year is simplicity, the quality or condition of being easy to understand or to do. And this is my goals page. This is my family's goal page and my husband's goal page, but you have mine here. And I also have a Proverbs here that says, a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. So that is like my verse of the year to remember. These are new releases and readathons that I've written in the little boxes. So these are like the months and everything, and I'll usually mark them off once I've added them to my like wish list. And then in green is usually like NetGalley books, so what I need to review. But I'm using it, but I don't really refer back to this page a lot. I do have a spreadsheet, so it's just, this page is just easy on the go, but I do also have a spreadsheet. So okay, so this is places we've been, and so there's just certain places, like, in March, my husband and I went to Fredericksburg, and then in June we went to Fort Wayne, Indiana. And so I like to put down where we go. Again, this is all like catch-all stuff. So now here's some of the book pages. There are my books where I keep track of what I read, and I color code like my star ratings, as well as my DNFs are in black, written over in white. So you can see I'm not having a great time over here in just normal fiction. But yeah, it's just good to see like a glance on the page of what I've read over this year. I also did red for manga, just because I didn't have a manga space, so that's what that is. But yeah, and it also helps me when I do ratings online to see what my key is. So like DNF, basically that color. 1 is I finished but hated it. 2 is interested but it went downhill. 3 is like a good or a normal or a meh. 4 is I would recommend it, I loved it. And 5 is fantastic, I would reread it. So that's kind of how I'm going with my rating this year. It changes from year to year. And this is continued. I needed to make more, so I'll add more once I like run out of spaces. The series page right here, I have all the series that I'm currently working through. Green is completed, and red slash that pinkish color is what I DNF. And so you can see I've already kind of DNF'd some series and completed others. And then like I'll just mark what book I'm at with certain ones. So I had to add more over here because I started a lot of series. Now this is my book tournament. I love to do a favorites of the year, and so I'll do a picture, and those are my favorites as of now. I did put like steps here because I'm doing it a little differently. If I do another video of my past reading journals, I'll show what those, how I formatted those. But essentially for this one, I'm just doing my top book of the month, and then I will go through all of these and pick the top 5, like the ones with 5 stars. So basically, like this whole top row is all 5-star, and this is a 4.5 star. So this book wouldn't be in the running, but I'll look at all my 5 stars, and then I will choose my top 3, and that's where I'll put it there. So it's going to be a little different than I've normally done it. These are my books for 2023. I want to read 20 of these books. So I put my star ratings. I also had a big X on that one because that's the one that I unfortunately will not read after reading the synopsis. So really just 19 in 2023, but that I'll put the star ratings underneath it so I could see at a glance how great that these 20 books were, or how not so great. And this took a while, by the way. This is washi tape, like this pattern. So making them into the letters I thought were really cool, or I'm sorry, making them into the numbers I thought were really cool. And it just took a lot of time, but I kept a theme going. So like the whales, like these colors, and the washi. So I really like it. Here's my A to Z challenge. Here is my list of books, and I basically, whatever letter that starts the book is where I put it. If I read more than one book that started with the letter W, I just put the first book that I've read and just kind of leave it at that. But yes, I'm trying to do this without using the or a. So that's going to be a challenge, but I'm not going to be super strict towards the end of the year. So I'm doing pretty good. If you have any recommendations, let me know down in the description box. Okay, so this is more of my scrapbooking part. This is like a picture of the month that basically sums up the month or something that happened during that month. So there's only one picture that really is showing right here. And that was unfortunately my sister's dog died, and it's been a family dog since I was like in high school. So I put that in there because he did impact our lives. So that's what I put there for April, but I'll put other pictures there, which you see they're covered up. Okay, so these are some challenges. Read Your Bookshelf Challenge by Chantel's. Chantel's channel, she created this, and I just cut it up and pasted it that way so it will fit. And then this was earlier in January, but Katie's Ring in the New Books Challenge. She did this with Bethany at Bethany Brings Books. So I did get a bingo. Okay, and then we get into my monthlies, how my monthlies are set up. Usually I have a theme. This one is gnomes and like little mushroom houses. I have like an ideas page where I like to put things I want to do for the month of January, things with just my husband and I or other family, what we can do, and just to enjoy time together. And so I'll like mark them off. Then I have my calendar page. This is where I'll write like my filming schedule, and I'll have my TBR list here for my game, any readathons, and then any video ideas. I haven't been very consistent, as you can see, with posting or editing on time, so that's why you see a lot of like X's and breaks, and I was just getting a feel for it. So sometimes I'll white it out and redo it. So you're gonna see like this page is, this calendar page would get really messy. So, and then I always do a gratitude section, and I'll just write what I'm grateful for that month. I find that doing gratitude really improves my attitude through the month, and just remember to be thankful for things. And I also have my mood, where I like to keep track too, and usually it's some fun element dealing with the theme. I started doing symbols for different things like headaches and whatnot, just to keep track, but this slowly like goes away as the year goes on. Oh, well, you see a little bit of a picture, but anyway, here is a spread that I do for like holidays. So this is New Year's Day, and I print out pictures. This is not a very appealing picture, but this was a new recipe that I did, as well as this for New Year's Day. And I'll like scrap book and journal the pictures and the prompts. And so this is actually really, really good. It's like a baked French toast, kind of not really a casserole, but basically like baked French toast, very rich in cinnamon. And you could put syrup on it, but it really doesn't need it. So, and then this was just nice because we usually stay up all night. And so if you prepare this the night before, you just pop it in the oven early in the morning, or pop it in the oven at night, and then take it out, and it can sit in the fridge, and you just warm it up in the morning. So you're not cooking a full-on breakfast. It's just a really easy, quick meal. So recommend that. This is a page that's covered because my nephew was born, so it has a lot of his stats and birthday and whatnot. So this right here is another challenge. It's called Read Around the World. This was inspired by Jenny from, and I think it's Prayer and Penguins, and she did this in her journal, and I'll link her down below too. But what she did was she put down all the different continents on each side of the graph, and one is dealing with the author of the book, and one is dealing with the setting of the book. And as she reads the book, she colors it in from like where the author is from, and then where the setting is from, so she can try to diversify her reading. I started to put down like the countries here, or like where the settings took place, but that became too tedious, and it just fell off the wagon. So I just decided not to do it. But it's really eye-opening to see like the author, like who I typically gravitate towards to, or like the settings of books that I do read from. So this is more diversified than here, but it's just a cool thing to look at. So if you have any recommendations for South American writers, and this one's African and Australian, I have nothing here, so please let me know there. Okay, this is just a page where I do a lot of my planning, so it's just kind of like a planning page. All right, so towards the end of January, I do a spread for my favorite book of the month. And so my favorite book of the month of January was The Horse and His Boy. And so this is like some craft paper, and this is all like pencil. So I'm actually very proud of like my horse drawing I'm not super gifted in drawing, but I like to practice a lot. And I just did like just simple things. A lot of it is just patience, but I'll write a little review of the book, what I liked about it. I'll put some quotes that I liked about it, and then for this one I just drew some of the characters in the story, and yeah, it kind of evolves later from there, but really liked it. This also reminded me very desert-like with the color combinations, so it also fits the theme. Okay, so that's basically the lineup of my months. And now we're just gonna see like different themes and different versions of it. So this is my February page, and these bows are stickers. So, and this is washi. So I'm starting to experiment a lot more with like stickers and washi and just kind of layouts. So those are my ideas. We have, again, the TBR and the readathons. I think this was X's and O's readathon that was happening. And again, like all the ideas that I wanted to do. Okay, gratitude, cute little French bulldog right there. And then these stamps were like my mood. So it doesn't have to be like super busy, but you know. I'm very messy with my journal. So this is the Backstreet Boys readathon that, oh, I didn't put who it was hosted by, but they did, or whoever, I can't remember who hosted it, but I created this off of Canva, and so, or Canvas, so I just like redid the prompts there. So sometimes if the readathon doesn't create a graphic, or I don't really particularly like the graphic, I'll create my own and just print it out. And so more video ideas. Okay, so this was Valentine's Day. Didn't really scrapbook much. So again, some of these spreads look less appealing. Some of them, you know, I just, they looked like I've spent a lot of time on it, but yeah, so anyway, I did a cute little Valentine's thing. And then this is my favorite book of the month, which is Tessa Afshar's book, which is Bread of Angels. And I just did quotes mainly, and then the book is mainly about Lydia, who dyed purple cloth, and so that's why you see a lot of purple and like the powder and the cloth. I'm trying to do like folds within the cloth, so there's that. And then over here I finally decided I was going to do a wrap-up page where I'll just document how many stars I had, and this is where I start to like write down like my prompts and how to do the order of ratings, and then later on my husband's ratings. So yeah. And then down here is usually like a wrap up of my personal life with my husband, just like where we're at in our marriage and all of that. So okay, March I did this is like a wooden or Scrabble theme, and so these are like, this is actually what's it called, craft paper. And so there's the Scrabble and there's the flowers. These are violets. But yeah, so then the plans. Okay, there's the calendar again, TBR. I think there was a backlist readathon that month, so I did that. I've been trying to do a lot of readathons. Or I started out that way at least. Ooh. Okay, so you probably saw a lot of that, but anyway, this is my thankful for, give thanks with a grateful heart, my mood tracker again. Okay, March through your TBR. This was, I think, a readathon by Paginator. I think that's the channel name. So I did that, and then book recommendations tag. Started to work on April's theme. Okay, so this was like our spring break / our 5th anniversary, and so it was just me and my husband. journaling. I like to also get brochures from places that we've been. So since this was the museum at Fredericksburg, I cut out like how the museum looks like, because I thought it was really cool, and so I'll paste it there. And then these are just pictures that I took and I just printed them out, and then some stickers. So I've become very creative and very like resourceful of things. And I don't do this on vacation. When I come back from vacation, I'll bring all that stuff with me, and then I'll take it out and spend like a morning like laying out what I want and then journaling about it. So if you ever are nervous about starting how to scrapbook or to do like a travel journal or something, I would recommend doing that. All right, so my favorite book of the month is Boo by Renee Gutteridge. This cat looks creepy because it was actually an orange cat and I colored it over with black Sharpie. But if you read the book, you'll know. But yeah, so more quotes and more like sayings that I like from it. And then I did another March wrap up. Okay, so this is April's, and there's that blueberry themed, so spring plans. Okay, this was Spring into Christian Fiction, and this was hosted by Katie at Paperbacks and Ponytails. And this is all washi, my TBR. Again, stickers. There's my gratitude page, my mood. Okay, here is Easter. Again, there's a lot of covering up my pictures, but my husband and I, a nice fruit salad that I did that was actually a very good hit. And then like another washi. So yeah, very simple, playing with different layouts. Some more tag video ideas. Okay, I'm not really happy about how this turned out because the book was so good and I felt like, oh, I didn't do this justice, but that's okay. This is Wistress by Nadine Brandeis, and there's a lot of quotes here that I liked, and I just wish I did it better. My wrap up. All right, so this is May, and this is more of a science theme. It's my husband who suggested this theme. So there is the calendar. Again, a lot of messiness, gratitude, moods, like from the periodic table. These are actual elements, which was really fun to do. This was, again, more of like my video ideas. Oh, the Southern Charm Readathon was also here. So that was fun to do. I haven't done Mother's Day yet. I'm a bit behind of this. So, and then we kind of get into, there we go. My end of month wrap up right here, and I didn't even add anything like with the personal part, but I'm actually very pleased with how this turned out. This was for Part of Your World, which is a memoir by Jodi Benson, so that's why you see the Little Mermaid, and this has more of a scrapbook element to it, and I really like that, so I want to do more of that. And then we get into June. So this is where we are currently. You can see a lot more elements. I did add like the Book of the Year section of what I'm reading. I also have different colors here, which I saw this as well from a lot of other reader booktubers, but they like to track down when they started a book and how long they've read it until they finished it. So that's why you see all these different colors and it says start and finish and all of that. So I'll see how I like that. Here's some plans here. Some gratitude, mood tracker. When I did Katie's, what's it called? Read Around the World-a-thon challenge for like, I tried to do 48 hours, but I just did it until I completed the game, which is more doable. Oh, and then this is the summer bingo that I am doing, and it's on at Beautiful Minutia's channel, but I'm doing this very loosely, but I'm actually doing a pretty good job. So these are like little flaps, and so I thought this would be just a fun way to do that. So once I complete a book, if it fits underneath one of the flaps, I'll just write it in and move on from there. So like, they're all like different colors, and if it's blank, it's because I don't have anything for that one yet. But if a book fits, I'll put it underneath the flap, and then at the end, I'll see if I get a bingo. And then this section is season-a-thon. I am debating whether or not if I want to continue with season-a-thon. I thought this was a pretty cool concept, but I don't know. I mean, I have books, but I'm not, again, really being involved in a lot of readathons now in the summer. And that's basically it. So I have about that much left. And honestly, I'll have a new book, and maybe I'll do the other half at the end of the year. So I hope you found some inspiration if you do keep a reading journal, or if you don't want to commit like one journal for reading. I like to call it my creative, catch-all journal, junk journal, whatever you want to call it. So this is different, and I hope, again, that if you're contemplating about just scrapbooking, journaling, reading journal, whatever it is, you could start off doing a catch-all, or you can start off doing a reading journal, and then if you want to save space, consider moving it as a catch-all journal. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in another video. Bye, guys.